Well, hello everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am back. Okay, I am back to do my review of Love After Lockup. Okay, why I take my glasses off? Season 7, episode 14, No Crash Dummy. Let's get into this, y'all. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Telling Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Telling It's time for Auntie So, welcome back, everybody. Oh, my goodness. This episode, it was all right. It was all right. Now, I'm going to poll y'all, as we do every week, on what you all would have rated or would rate this episode of Love After Lockup, Season 7, Episode 14, No Crash Dummy. I'm not going to tell y'all what my rating is. Matter of fact, let me set up the poll right now. I'm not going to tell you all what mine is yet. But y'all know I want to know every week, okay, what you all think. What would you rate this episode? I'm so curious to know. Let's see. Hoping everybody had a great 4th of July. Okay, I've started the poll. So you don't have to rush to get in there. But let me know what you think about or what you would rate this episode of Love After Lockup. Okay, y'all. So let's get into it. Let me see. Let me see who I'm going to do first. Who do I want to do first? Damn. Why is Rich around? Why did Rich decide that he wanted to date somebody who was in jail and he cheap out the pocket? Why would Rich want to date a girl from a Sicilian family and think that he ain't gonna have to come up out of the bag? I don't understand this cheap mofo who don't want to pick up no flowers. I mean, he don't even want to bring this girl no Ritz cracker with peanut butter on it. You know the little ones that come in. You know, you get 4 in the pack at the top and 4. You know, you get 8 Ritz crackers in the back. He don't want to do for this girl, but screw her. This is a game to him and a sport to him, and I am so glad that Felicia got the old head women in her life that she do that have kept her on the path from him. And knowing that even though you're coming out of jail, you still got worth and value to yourself. Now, she said some stuff that I thought was out the pocket. Okay, and we're going to address that. But all he wants is somebody that he can lay with, and He don't want to pay for the lay. And it's okay, right? I mean, it's okay. But you're going to have to come out your bag with something. He make it seem like this girl wasn't in need of nothing. I mean, nothing. She didn't need nothing. He ain't going to give her nothing. Thank you so much, country. Your blessing, 9241 for the 149 super. Thank you, boo. Hold on, let me give you a little song. I ain't been giving songs out lately. Let me give you a song. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. This mofo is in the store with her. And she is looking for some fresh clothes. Okay. And he's with her. She is trying on outfits. She had these little ill-fitting shorts on that had her butt cheek hanging out the back. Now, if she downtown to the beach, that's cute. Okay, but if she just walking on the everyday street, it ain't so cute. But anyway, she's trying the outfit on. He's, admiring her body and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, she needs some new clothes and some stuff, to kind of still get on her feet. And he it's too much for what we buy. I think the total was like a I think the total was like $150. I'm like, that's a daggone meal at a restaurant. Maybe because I live in the metropolitan area, it ain't a lot to me. $150 is nothing to me. But for rich broke, it's a lot of money. And he's figuring maybe she's going to be walking out with a whole bunch of clothes like she's shopping at a thrift store. No, she's in a regular store buying out an outfit. I guess I won't discuss how much I pay for clothes because I guess everybody's stuff, what I will think is cheap or a fair pricing. Some other people would think, Auntie, you paying too much. I like clothes that are of a nice quality because you can keep them longer. When you buy cheap stuff, you can't keep it. Now, if you one of those smart buyers, right? You're looking for sales and stuff like that. But I just was like, the girl just got out of jail, buy it. If one shirt was $150, buy it. Like, treat her like a lady. Give her something. You came and met with her family and broke bread with them and brought the girl nothing. The least that he could do is buy her an outfit. That's the least he could do. You mean to tell me he can't come up off of $100? It ain't too expensive. Buy the girl a damn outfit, a pair of shoes, hell, some earrings. Like, come on now. Come on. So, she takes a phone call, from one of her little guys. She says she had like what, 20 to 20 guys she's juggling. She's got a manager who is helping her, right? Because she running men. Dude called her on the phone. You know what I'm saying? She out. She tells him, I need some money. You can wire it, cash it, Venmo it, or whatever. Rich should have nothing to say about it because he not doing what he's supposed to do. And that's on everything. She's got to keep this enterprise of hers going because if not, she's going to be living off the grace of her family. I'm going to tell you this, ain't no need. And y'all can call me whatever y'all want to call me at the end of the day. I don't care. I make my own money. Ain't no need of me being with a broke man that ain't got nothing. And he think it's robbery for me to go in the store, find something that I like, and it's over $100. Now I can see if I want him to spend 10 bands. But you buy me something for me to wear that I like, and you crying over $100. Like let's be real. You shouldn't be crying about anything. Buy me something. Buy me something. Point blank. Now, I don't know if she got a little kitty or what she got, but evidently, the way that the conversation went when they was in the store, he knew about it because he said out of his mouth, "You still doing that?" So he knew about it. So it was okay while she was in, but it ain't okay while she's out and you are not contributing. And every time she asks you for something, you acting a whole ass. Like, Felicia has no need to be with Rich. Rich is not enriching her life at all. Matter of fact, he an eyesore. If you if you ask me about it, but y'all didn't ask me. But just in case you wanted to ask me, he's an eyesore. He doesn't need to be there. She is bringing this man on good faith around her family. She's asking him a simple question. Are you divorced? And can you show proof of it? If he was a legitimate mother, he would have showed it to her. It would have been a thing. If he's serious about this relationship, he will want to make sure that he brings his whole self to the table. Rich is withholding who he is, but he wants Felicia to get in line. He wants Felicia to drop these men, but he don't want to give anything. Like once I would have seen that, okay, so here I go. If I was attracted to Rich when I was incarcerated, I get out. I meet with Rich at the restaurant with my family. I like Rich. I like what he looked like, all that. We both decided to be on the show, all that. Once he would have showed his in front of my family at that restaurant by number one, withdrawn from the conversation, not talking. First time disclosing that he was married and the best friend didn't know anything about it. I would have lost my interest in him immediately. In my opinion, I would have stayed like Felicia and continued to film, but I would be treating him with the backhand. I would be treating him just like Felicia is. We're going to go head on and we're going to do what we obligated ourselves to do. We're going to film, but I'm not really going with you. And I'm going to put you on blast on how cheap you are. Unfortunate thing about it is she got him around her family. And that right there, we're not going to do. But they probably already discussed it, already had, the filming and stuff set up. I wouldn't with Rich. Because Rich needs to have poor on him. And I'm dead serious about it because I had enough time to really listen to it and really process it in my mind. I would be treating him like he a piece of on a stick. Y'all would have hated me as a Love After Lockup cat. Y'all would have hated me. But again, I'm glad she has strong women in her family who are schooling her and helping her navigate this. Because this girl's been in jail since she was 17. Was it 17, y'all? She need a woman to help her navigate this. Especially this man who just wants to better. He don't want to wet her. He just want to better. And if you all pay. It just is what it is. So anyway, after they leave out of there, they go around the family again. The auntie come up to him and just straight ask him, "Are you divorced?" She didn't already ask him whether or not he divorced. He tell her to look up the record. For the what? Why can't you just provide that information? They ask him, "Rich, are you divorced?" "Yeah, I'm divorced. But I got, my life is private." Not when you dating in public. Not when you not when you on a syndicated show. Ain't nothing private about your life, Rich. I was like, oh, okay. So when the aunt go and approach him about it, next thing you know, he throwing off his mic and running across the yard, having a fit. He mad because they want him to show proof of life. Rich ain't Rich ain't about nothing. Let me get off of him because he makes my stomach hurt. He is such a coward of a man. He just want what he want from her. And I'm glad, Felicia, if you ever see this, I'm glad you didn't stop your hustle. Because you gonna need it messing with a cheap man like this. You gonna need your hustle. The next people that I want to talk about is Goddess, Damond, and Bonita. So so little man, is left Bonita's house, and now he back over there with Goddess. Goddess is upset because she like, you only spent 12 hours with me. He said he spent the whole day. She like, but you got out late, so that don't count. But now he's back. So of course we all know the way that Goddess met Damond, right, is the way she probably gonna lose him. She ends up, she was had done his hair. So she takes him to her little rented studio and begins to do his hair. Damond is slipping up, okay, and saying that he's gonna go out to a strip club. Then he lies and tries to cover it up and says that, he don't know why he says strip club. He's not interested in that. Okay. Meanwhile, on the other side of Baltimore, Bonita meets with her girlfriend because Bonita is like, I'm done with this. She gets down to the bar. She ordered 2 lemon shots. Okay. Bonita she straight up got to get her drink on with her girlfriend. So she tells the girlfriend about, the stuff that been going on with him being MIA. She said that, basically the phone and went radio dead. She hasn't been able to get in contact with him or nothing. And her whole body is screaming that this mofo is cheating on her. She is fully aware that he's cheating on her, right? But she don't have no sign of life yet. Okay, she ain't synced it. So the girlfriend is basically, there to rah her on, let her know. So she started talking about, the mother. And Bonita had already said that she believed that the mother know more than what the mother is letting on to know. So she was like, I got up in the morning and the car was gone. So in the last episode, Bonita said that she would get her ass on one of them green scooters and she would drive around on a green scooter, right? She gonna go here and scope them out. She was already, in an Uber or a Lyft riding around scoping because she was like, Baltimore ain't that big. Okay. So Bonita is talking to the girlfriend and she said, let me call his mother and see what the mother gonna say. So she calls the mother and was like, hey, you talked to Damond? I ain't talked to Damond. So the mother was like, yeah, I talked to him. He said that he was going to just get some rest and lay down. Lay down where? We living at He staying with you? We living at. Where did he call home, Ma? Since he laying down somewhere and he wanted to get some rest and deal with his toothache, where does he stay? So she asked the mom, did he tell you this before, urgent care, or after? So the mother paused because the mother was like, I wasn't ready for that question. So, she paused. She was like, I don't know. She was like, so like, what had happened to the car? I got up and the car's gone. Now, y'all remember they had given her a loaner car when she went down to go and pick Damond up from the jail. So, she like, where the car at? So the mother was like, oh, we took the car for an oil change. Mama, that don't take but like 40 minutes. Bring them car back. She said, well, I just felt like, once you had went to see him at the dealership, that was it. So Bonita said that her body is screaming, right? Her body is screaming at the fact that he radio silent. Meanwhile, he's back at the studio. Goddess gets mad with him because she's sitting up there rolling the man hair and doing what she need to do for him, fixing him up to go and be with somebody else. So here's what I've heard. This is what's out there on the curb, okay? And in a way, to me, it makes sense. Y'all let me know in the comment section if it makes sense. According to Damond on TikTok, Bonita been partnering up with him with other women. He says she be basically the one picking them out and inviting them into the fold. I'm going to just let that sit right there real quick. I believe it. I believe that Bonita and Goddess both know of each other. I believe that they are in a poly relationship with one another, which is why the two of them are playing in our faces as if they have this intuition, but they already know that the other one exists. Now, Goddess is pregnant and in real life and don't want no more kids, and neither does Damond. Neither one of them. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Just hold on. I honestly believe they in a poly relationship and they playing in our faces. Bonita's saying that, my gut is screaming. I think something going on. Nickname Patrick, give a dog a bone. But she know because she know about Goddess and Goddess know about her. As I said, Damond was just on TikTok saying that Goddess is pregnant. He don't want another baby and neither do she. This girl, when we met Goddess got about what, 2, 3 kids? Like she need another baby. Damond is playing both of them. And that's why the mother is child. It's just a whole bunch of mess. I hate when they play with these cast members and make more of the story than what's really going on with the story. Like I can't stand that. But okay, I digress, and this is what we're going to deal with. Okay. Dear and Cyrus get up in the good getting up morning. She's got to take him back to parole for me, back to the probation office for me, right? His cornrows, he tried to do a little something, something with her, but he didn't have the stamina to do it. So he said that, he was real fast and all of that, and we really care about it. So Dia has to take him back. She's trying to do his hair, but she don't know how to cornrow. So instead, she just keeps the little cornrows in where the cornrows can be and brush the back of it back into a ponytail. I said, you need to take him back down to the jail to his little prison buddy and see whether or not he can refresh his hair. Y'all need to do a little visit, a little knock visit, and go ahead and get his hair done downtown to the jail. Okay. So anyway, they down at she's taking him now back to the probation office. He goes in and he comes out and he, try to judge her and lie, right? And say that, he is not going to be able to parole with her. So we find out he's able to parole. In the meantime, and in between time, we downtown to Claudia's house. Now, Claudia is Dia's sister. And the house is packed out with people. Everybody coming in and doing, their little thing with the woo whoop and the boop boop boop, including Cyrus' mother. Now, Cyrus' mother said that, she ain't seen her baby. Thank you so much, baby Philly Fox, for the $4.99 super chat. Dia was not invited to the talented and gifted class in school. Okay? No, she was not. Thank you so much, boo. So she is with this man. We downtown to the sister's house. His mom and them, everybody crowded up at the house, and Claudia is talking. And Claudia basically has the same mind frame that we do. This mofo sat back and watched what she was doing for Jaden, and decided if they ever break up, I want to benefit off of that. So instead of her not having, just ending the relationship with Jaden and moving on, Cyrus swooped in as a little friend. And now Cyrus is benefiting off of Dia. The sister done scoped it out. Now the sister, Claudia, okay, was hooked up in her own stuff. Hold on, let me share. Let me share. Sharing is caring. So the sister was this is the United States Attorney General's office for Colorado. Large-scale Metro Denver cocaine trafficking organization dismantled 53 kilograms of cocaine and over $650,000 seized during an investigation. So the sister Claudia is like, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So this is why Dia probably is the type of person, not that she all the way slow. Right? She ain't slow, in my opinion. She just kind of slow when it comes to this type of stuff. But she probably feel like she can relate to these kind of people because her sister was locked up. They said in this investigation, they dismantled this cocaine trafficking network. They was responsible, y'all, trip out for moving 20 kilograms or more of cocaine every week into the Denver area. It was originated by Juarez, with investigators alleging ties to Mexican drug cartel. The drugs were transported through El Paso, Texas, before reaching Colorado. The investigation resulted in 35 defendants indicted, 23 arrests in Colorado, 5 arrests outside of Colorado, 1 defendant already in custody, 6 fugitives at the time of the announcement. The takedown involved approximately 150 law enforcement officers, 20 federal, state, and local agencies working together through the Metro Gang Task Force. They seized the 53 kilograms of cocaine. Now, remember, that was in a week. 35 pounds of marijuana, more than 650 in cash, 9 firearms, 15 vehicles. Then they got 27 kilograms of cocaine during 2 traffic stops, $500,000 in cash from one of the defendants, and $122,000 in cash during a stop in downtown Denver. And the sister, Claudia, was hung up and involved in this and showed her federal stuff to Cyrus. So the sister already know this game that Cyrus is running on Dia. That while her sister was incarcerated, she don't know nothing about that life. So she is now finding herself attracted to men who have been incarcerated because she was already with the, okay, so anyway. So they sit in the house. The mother sees him out the window. She crying. She goes, hugs her baby and all kind of stuff. He's meeting the family. Before Dia goes in, she tells him, look, I know all of the wheels are in motion. I know I done set up this party. I know I got everybody in the house, my kids, my sister kids, everybody, your mama, my mom, everybody in the house. But if you decide in 1 second that you're not 100% ready to do this, then I don't want you to meet my kids. I said, what the whole hell is going on? You giving this mofo 1 to 3 seconds to make a decision that you should have made before you even went down to the jail. You got everybody looking out the window downtown to the house, and now you gonna give him an ultimatum? And you think that this mofo that ain't never raised a child in his life gonna give you an honest answer? She just wanted to put it on the record. Then she said it. She was going to have this mofo meet her kids because the mofo already been talking to him on the phone. So now you going to go, oh my God. So now you going to give him an ultimatum with 10 seconds to spare? If you ain't serious about this and you don't think you can do this, I don't want you to meet my kids. But you didn't think about this when you was messing with Jaden? Because didn't Jaden meet your kids? So let's not make this about kids, in my opinion. Because in my opinion, the kids is secondary to you being with Cyrus and Jaden. It's secondary. They're secondary to your relationships. So of course Cyrus stands out there and give her the bull crap that he gonna be honorable. He gonna be a man. He gonna be this and he gonna be that. Okay. So he goes in the house. Now he run her kids. He meets the sister. The sister, LaClaudia, let him know. I got my ID. I got my federal ID. He like, you still kept that? She was like, yeah, I kept it. But she know what game he playing. And she trying to put him on point. That you ain't fooling me. Ain't a thing you doing fooling me. I see you. And we see each other. So Cyrus is on some bull. And so is Dia. Next thing you know, they popping bottles. And Dia's saying, I'm going to pop the bottle with Cyrus because I couldn't do it with Jaden because I was the babysitter. And I'm saying popping a bottle is a gateway to the drugs. Is you stupid or no? Is you stupid or dumb? That's the gateway. I want to be able to drink with my man. But your man got a straight up crack addiction. And here's the thing. If you watch 60 Days In or any of these prison shows, y'all know they get just as much drugs in the jail as they do on the street. And if they don't get the drug that they like, they make their own up. They put together their own stuff. Why would you introduce drinking into your relationship with your man and not expect that is a gateway to him wanting something more? Just the feel of that intoxication is going to make them go want something else. It's probably going to remind him of the days where he was drinking and drugging. You're stupid, dear. So if we find out 6 months down the line from sarcasm that Cyrus is back on drugs, who gonna be shocked? Ain't not a nary one of us gonna be shocked about it. Because you just opened up the door for it. You should have told him no alcohol, no nothing. We could have a bottle of apple cider. Let's go see who got the strongest bottle of apple cider. If you just had to pop a bottle with them. But Dee is so dense and dumb and don't know nothing about it. She need to be getting school from her sister. Like, this is stupid. Ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me, in my humble opinion, that Brady is off for drugs. Brady be sneaking off. I know y'all saw when Brady went down to the car. I can't remember what he pulled out, but I was like, this mofo spending too much time alone here and there. You're not going to convince me that that's the boxing or whatever he is taking is doing the trick for Brady. One of the things that I don't know if y'all watch True Feeling on YouTube, but she covers Love After Lockup. Shout out to True Feelings. Go follow her if you don't know who she is. She was incarcerated. She talks about being, addicted to drugs, all that. Right now, she works with people to help them, get off the stuff. And she had talked about the Suboxone. And basically, she was talking about when he was y'all remember when he was in the car and his nerves got real messed up and stuff like that, right? Because what she was saying is, one thing she was saying is that the Suboxone gets you to curb it curbs your appetite for one thing, but not for everything, right? Number one. Number two, she said that he seemed like when he was throwing up, he was detoxing. So when we was in the car, y'all remember we thought, or I thought, let me speak for my damn self. I thought when he was in the car that he threw up because he just doesn't have coping skills. And that just the mere fact of him having to go back made him nauseous. But when True Feelings talked about it, it made more sense. She was like, it appeared that he was detoxing off of something, probably something that he had been on when he was in jail. Because we all know that they get as much drugs in jail as they do when they're out. And like I said, if they are oh my God, hold on, y'all. Something's going on. If they are out of that jail, they're still going to get drugs. I'm thinking that Suboxone is a cure form. It ain't a cure. It's just a wiener. So she done got the kids together. The kids think it's cute because they're kids and they don't know nobody. We want to see y'all kiss. She picks him up from the halfway house. She kissed him and the little kid's just giggling in the back. I said, these women ain't, they ain't. And I said that with my whole chest. She tells the kids, y'all gonna be able to be in the pool. Y'all gonna be able to do this. Y'all gonna be able to do that. And here this motherfucker talking about he gonna be disciplining her kids. You can't even discipline your own self if you don't stand up down. You can't even you don't even have a relationship with your own daughters. And you talking about something, it is my job to discipline, and you gonna fuss at the little boy because he was at the bathroom door and tell the little boy you ain't got no business being in there anyway, even though you was right. And the little boy need to give his sister the privacy. Because he don't need to be seeing nothing he don't need to be seeing. Mother, you ain't the one to tell him. You just coming into the party. You coming into the party late. You get in where you fit in. But until you get a relationship with your own daughters, who the are you to go and talk about you the disciplinarian when I see you ducking out to the car? Now, I don't know if they cut some stuff off because y'all know Love After Lockup will come back and show us something we ain't never seen before. Right? But this mofo be taking little trips out too much for me. I don't trust him. I don't think he's off drugs at all. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know y'all's downtown in the comment section. But I'm telling you right now, when he went to that car, I was like, when you've been around somebody who's a drug addict, your spidey senses tingles the moment they ain't in your presence. Ain't like they gotta be on 100% supervision, but a damn show need to be 99. Especially when you first in contact with them. I need to watch patterns, habits, what you do, how you do it. Now, like I said, it may not be 100, but it's at least gonna be 99. And every time he needs something, I'm going with you. She got this mofo around her kids. And then Keirsten, who already told her mother before she left that she didn't have no money, decides she's going to not only book a hotel for herself, but for Brady's baby mama and their kids to say, talking about, oh, they ain't got to worry about nothing. All they got to do is worry about the gas. I know she thought that sounded real cute. I know she thought that was beautiful. But girl, that's the dumbest you could have ever said. Because that girl done already told you in the restaurant she don't with you. Or him. She done already told you that the girls don't even get in contact with him. The first time he called them in how long was when he was in the car with you faking. The girl don't with you. So when the girl called and said that the daughter had a medical emergency, I was like, there you go. There you go. That was a good one. She said what she say, her nodules or something was acting up at the doctor. I said, that's good. Good excuse not to be down there. Because I guarantee you, she didn't know Keirsten did that. And if she knew Keirsten did it, she'd have told her no. Brady don't have a right to walk back in and be a father to nobody. That's my opinion about it. And I'm saying it straight to my chest, 10 toes down to the ground. He doesn't have a right to even father his children. It's bad enough he went to jail, but then he don't contact them. And she sat there in the restaurant and told you that, and you blew it off because you think he gonna father yours. Hey, things to watch. Hey, boo. Hey, everybody. The f out of here. Tell me, I am the disciplinarian. Well, you just had somebody telling you when to pee. Hold on. Let me walk. I'm coming right back. I just gotta walk because I'm trying to do the YouTube policy. So when y'all see me walking away, I'm trying to do YouTube policy. You just had somebody telling you when to go to sleep and when to wake up. You just had somebody telling you when you can pee and when you can't pee. You just had somebody telling you for years when you can eat and when you can't eat. You got to buy your stuff out of canteen, not a grocery store. And you got the audacity to think that you can come out of jail and discipline somebody's kids. And Keirsten think it's cute, and all she worried about is they ain't been able to get it in. Okay. Okay. He gonna be everything her mother said. One thing I notice about these women, they don't want to listen to their mamas. But let me tell y'all something. Most of the time when your mama is telling you something or got some wisdom for you, it's because she lived it and ain't never told you. She coming from a broken place. She done seen some and if it didn't happen to her, it happened to somebody she knew. Your mother don't make stuff up out the air. She don't bring down and make it up to tell you. She ain't jealous of you being with a man. She wants you to be with a man. But when she is telling you from a perspective of I need to warn you, I need to school you, you need to listen. Because a lot of women done went through a whole lot of stuff that they will never tell. They're going to take it to their grave, including me. Some stuff as women, and I ain't saying men don't. I ain't never been no man, so I'm telling you from a woman perspective. Most of the stuff that we went through in our life, we're going to take it to our grave. But we telling you some good stuff. Keirsten and Dia don't want to listen to their mothers. Okay. All right. After a while, you just withhold the information. You just sit back and you just pray about it and you be like, okay, baby. Because what else you going to do? You don't want to listen. So life going to have to talk to you. Life is going to bust your ears and care nothing about you. And frankly, let's be honest, your kids even don't care none about you. So keep being cute, Keirsten, with this mofo tipping off to the car. You ain't watching them 100%. Let's see how this gonna work out. Was that Tamika? Hold on. Let's see if that was Tamika. That look like it was Tamika. Hey, boo. Hey. Last but not least, Kayleigh and Michael. Child, they been downtown on the TikTok weighing it out. They been weighing TikTok out with the receipts. If y'all want me to put a thumbs up in the comment section, and I will bring y'all up to speed on what is going on downtown to the TikTok. Hi, sweetie. Oh, thank you, Miss A. Bill, for the $1.99 super chat. Hard head makes a soft behind, my grandmother said. My mama said it too. My grandma said it too. Everybody done said it. My aunties done said it. Everybody done said it. Y'all give me a thumbs up in the comment section if y'all want me to do a video on what be going on downtown to the Tiki Talkie, because they is wearing Tiki Talkie out. Okay, I see the thumbs up. Okay, got it. So Kayleigh then already made Michael mad. She decides that, they're going to be together. He gets out of her truck, according to her. He doesn't gauge the distance between the truck seat and the ground, and he messed his wrist up. So the next day she decides, I'm going to go around him and, go ahead and get him a wrist bandage or something, right, for him getting hurt. So after that, she gets there, she calls him and tells him that she want to come. He already done with her. At this point, he already see who she is. So she says, I'm gonna what you getting ready to do? I'm gonna come down there and bring you a wristband and whatever. He said, all right, come on. So she goes down there, she takes him the wristband and everything, and she wants him to bark like a seal. Thank you. She want him kisses. And he was like, all right, I'm not gonna do it. Because he done already found out some financial things and all of that kind of stuff. He done already went through the records, because remember, she gave him a printout. He said that this bitch been drinking $1,200 in coffee a month. How do you drink $1,200 in coffee from Starbucks? You buying a cup you buying a cup, the thermos, and everything else. That the coffee coming in. Every time you go in Starbucks, not only are you getting a venti or whatever you drinking, but you buying a cup off the stand. Who drinks that much in Starbucks? It just ain't even that good to me. It's all right. When I was going to the gym heavy, I would go make sure I got me. Now, this is a confession. When I was heavy in the gym, in order for me to have this supernatural power, I would go and get me a large. No, I didn't. I got a medium caramel macchiato. Because that caramel macchiato will have me on that stair climber for 45 to 60 minutes. Headphones on and just going for it. At most of the time, I kept T-Pain on, right? And I would have me a medium caramel macchiato and be on that stair climber for 45 to I ain't lying. I ain't lying or exaggerating. That caramel macchiato had me like, I'm at the bartender. What? Yeah. Okay. But I sure wasn't going up in there every day getting that caramel macchiato. All these unnecessary things. So he in the car with his mother. His mother done picked him up because he getting a job interview. He has a job interview with her boyfriend of 6 years. He said it's like his mother's boyfriend husband. So he owns his own business. So he like, okay, I'm gonna go. Mommy say I'm gonna hook you up. So he's in the car, he's driving with his mother, he starts talking about all the expenses and stuff like that. And the mother said that, she was spending a whole lot of money in makeup. Now, y'all know makeup is expensive as I don't. I need to go and get me some more Sunday Riley. I think I showed y'all before that I use this Sunday Riley on my skin. It is the bomb. I got to go get me some more of this. And I'm trying to look for a coupon. Okay. Because I don't buy the little ones for what? You waste your time. Okay. Anyway, the mother said she had a whole lot of cosmetics and stuff like that on there. Now, we didn't know she done got her body done. She done got her face lifted, her butt lifted. She got tattoos. Like, she been spending big money. So she goes, right, gives him the stuff. He ran with his mother. His mother was like, is that what you going to wear? He had on a little shirt, little button-up shirt. And he was like, yeah, it's just a construction site, which I agreed with him, right? He had his little resume and all of that kind of stuff. And so he gets there, he interviews with, the mother's boyfriend and everything. And he told him, it ain't gonna be no special privileges. He asked him, do you have a driver's license? And he was like, I gotta go down and get it renewed and everything. So he was like, oh, okay, because I can't have you driving my trucks without a driver's license, because he didn't already told him ain't gonna be no special privileges. So he gets in the car with his mother. He tells his mother, Kayleigh, I had $6,000 in fines at motor vehicles. He said, but Kayleigh paid $5,000 of it. I only owe 1,000. So now, mind you, remember, him and the mama had already set up the scheme that Todd came with. Okay. They had already made some money on the side, $14,000 that Kayleigh did not know anything about. So he riding down there thinking, okay, my balance gonna be 13,000. Y'all know how if you a type of person like me, you count your coins, okay? You count your coins, and you gonna count your coins. So he didn't count his coins and already said, okay, I can afford $1,000 to go here and get my stuff cleared up at NBA. He come up out of NBA and come to find out she ain't paid for jack. He had to take the $6,000 and pay for that himself. Now, it wouldn't be a big deal. It wouldn't be a big deal. It would be his responsibility. His mama maybe can help him out. If they hadn't recorded Kayleigh saying that she had paid for this, Kayleigh lied and told the mofo that she had paid it. Everything was fine. His papers was work, his driver's license, and all that stuff was fine. Kayleigh told him, don't lie. So now he is out of $6,000. Now, can he make it up? Probably. But that ain't the point. The point is Kayleigh been lying about everything. I'm talking about everything. Kayleigh ain't told the truth yet. Is that her real name? Is that Kayleigh's real name. Is her real name Kayleigh? Moreover, this is T. If you don't want a kid, move on out. They're divorced. He divorced that ass, and I don't blame him. Kayleigh came downtown to the TikTok, did a TikTok talking about I got my house on my own. I'm so glad that I did it with my own money. They done went back there and found out you own the home. They're doing a rental. Kayleigh just be lying for nothing. But allegedly, and I'll do it in a separate video, they ain't even married no more. He divorced her. Kayleigh blames her, the way that she lives, on her mother. And I'm telling y'all right now, I think so too. I think that she has a different addiction. It may not be her mama's addiction, but I do believe that Kayleigh is addicted to something. What it is, I don't know, because I ain't no doctor, so I can't diagnose her. But the line is definitely Kayleigh be lying for nothing. Absolutely nothing. I just think she has a problem. And Michael got caught up with it. But here's the thing, y'all. So I'm sitting out there looking at Michael, right? And I'm thinking in my mind, them pictures ain't do Michael no justice, because he's cute. When I tell you that the women in the comment section was thirsty, I mean thirsty for Michael. I said, oh my God, these women, don't bring them around your man. Because these women are straight thirsty for this man. And the bad part about it is, I'm sure a bunch of them in his DMs, and they will take care of this mofo. They will be pen pals if he gets locked up again and everything else. I said, these women are so thirsty. You can admire the man that's handsome without dropping your drawers downtown to the chat. You ain't got to be doing all that. Anyway, I gave you all a poll. What would you rate this episode? It looks like 3 stars came in at 42%. 4 stars came in at 40% of the vote. 5 stars came in at 11. Whoa. 2 stars came in at 7%. And that was 178 people who voted. What does Auntie give this episode? 3 stars. I'm with y'all 100% that this was a 3-star episode. It gave us something, but it didn't give us all of it. And we needed more. We needed more out of this episode. So I absolutely agree. I don't know who y'all would have wanted to see more of, why you gave it a 3, but I wanted to see something that was more than what we got. I would have rather not have as much time spent on these two right here. I don't need to see Keirsten and the kids and all of that. Love After Lockup, if y'all look, and we didn't need to see as much of Keirsten as we saw this time. We needed to see a little bit more of Rich and Felicia. We need to see the family drag him and yoke him up. We need to see more of the behind scenes of what's going on with Damond. Not Goddess, not Bonita, but Damond. Where's Damond going? We need to just see a little bit more of that. We absolutely need to see more of Cyrus and Dia. We need to see whether or not she's going to take him down to the braid shop to get his hair re-cornrowed, since she didn't know how to do it, and all she could do was put it in a ponytail. Anyway, y'all, that is my opinion. I'm with all of you all who voted for 3 stars. That is what I gave this episode. Thank you so much to all of the 1,400 of you all who are here on this video. I love you. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.